Hey guys, tonight we're embarking on a journey back in time. A little like opening a dusty old diary, but with way more plot twists and fewer questionable teenage poetry attempts. You buckle up, or just snuggle in, as we explore the bewildering streets of Colonial Shanghai, a place where the legacy of opium's shadowy grip looms like the half-forgotten dreams you try to piece together in the morning. So, imagine us navigating this bustling cityscape together. You probably won't survive this tale without a raised eyebrow or two. Before you get too comfy, feel free to tap like or subscribe, but only if you're genuinely enjoying the calm around here. Tell me where you're listening from and what time it is over there. I love seeing how far this sleepy little journey reaches. Now, go ahead and lower the lights. Maybe let a fan hum in the background, and let's drift gently into tonight's story together. You wake up, not in the familiar creases of your bedsheets, but to the quiet rustle of paper lanterns swaying in a gentle breeze. Their faint glow painting the cobblestones with a warm, flickering light. It's early morning in old Shanghai, but this isn't the Shanghai of neon skylines we've bookmarked on Instagram. Picture a city caught in the lively chaos of different cultures bumping elbows like strangers in an elevator, not quite sure how to stand comfortably. Right now, the streets are alive as vendors already hawk their morning wares. The smell of fresh baiozi and somewhat questionable street food tickling your nose. It all feels like stepping into a historical fiction novel, but, without the obligation of remembering dates for a pop quiz. Around you, signs hang like tangled headphone cords, scribbled in a blend of Chinese characters and Western text, hinting at colonial influences that shaped this place. Amidst the chatter, a lone street performer tries to catch your eye with a half-hearted magic trick gone slightly wrong. A reminder that putting effort into things doesn't always guarantee they'll go as planned, kind of like all those times you've set multiple alarms only to snooze them one by one. Shanghai, in this era, is a world unto itself. A whirl of silk and spice merchant stalls nestled alongside bustling banks, their wooden signs swinging gently in the same rhythm as sleepy old ceiling fans. Somewhere, a stray cat slinks along, as indifferent as a teenager scrolling through TikTok when chores are mentioned. But it's not just the whirlwind of commerce and cultures that define the place. Long, leery shadows lie across the cobbled streets. Shadows from the city's entanglement with a substance so cozy sounding as opium. You might wonder how a place this vibrant ended up tangled in something so dark. The answer is, well, as messy as your room before a surprise parental visit. You walk and wander, the cobblestones warm beneath your feet, like an old friend giving an earnest hug, until you find yourself outside an opium den. These dens are everywhere, tucked into the corners of Shanghai's labyrinthine alleys like forgotten email drafts. Their red doors beckon with an odd allure, promising escape from stress. Amazingly relatable, isn't it? Like binge-watching organizing videos instead of doing the dishes. Stepping inside, you're met with the soft hum of conversation and the thick, sweet vapors spiraling from opium pipes, curling lazily through warm, dim light. Around you, folks recline as if posing for a lazy Sunday painting, eyes half open, drifting in and out of reality as if in a collective, dreamy sigh. Historians can debate until their laptops overheat whether these dens served as havens or traps, but you're more inclined to think of them as old-timey versions of snooze buttons. Pressing one is never quite enough. Interestingly, while opium dens were frowned upon, kinda like sneakily Googling how to adult at 2 a.m., they were bizarrely prevalent. An open secret of the time, like pretending you've got it all handled while obviously dealing with the 100th tab open in your browser. Now, here's a fun, highly trivia-worthy fact. The opium pipes. Oh boy, the intricacy of those pipes could range from being ornate masterpieces to looking conspicuously similar to something your old art teacher once called abstract. Teeny tiny pieces of art that in some cases included lovely wicked dragon motifs curling around the bamboo stems, making them the granddads of overly elaborate vape mods. They seem to say, hey, if you're going to do it, might as well look classy while you're at it, right? And here's a thought-provoking pause. Historians still argue whether opium addiction molded a certain peculiar attitude among its users, and whether its influence made Shanghai more tolerant of its dizzying blend of cultures. Can an unhealthy dependence create a strange harmony? Or is that just another myth swallowed in the smoke rings? As you step back into the fresh morning air, the memory of that hazy air begins to mix with the song of the street waking up. People are busy weaving through various tasks, and you can't help but think it's almost like watching a city that simultaneously synchronizes their snooze button hits. Because really, sleep's an optional extra around here. But never in history has a question of optional lifestyles remained so vibrantly mysterious and chic. And honestly, isn't that what makes it all so endlessly fascinating? You find yourself ambling further into the winding streets, the echo of the morning bustle humming like an ever-present melody. It's as if the city itself waits with bated breath, poised on the edge of something infinite yet utterly mundane. Ahead, the narrow alleyways twist in on themselves like introspective thoughts on a lazy afternoon. This is the crucible of Shanghai's swirling energy, a place where East collides with West in delightful and sometimes disastrous ways. It's the kind of blend where bold spices meet English tea sets, and somehow it inexplicably works like your love-hate relationship with your notifications. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, your feet carry you to the heart of the city. The commercial district buzzing with a chaotic ballet of trading shouts, the rapid fire of abacus beads, and the distant bell toll of clock towers. The architecture narrates tales of resilience and power, with each stone and pillar an unspoken conversation between cultures. Emblems of British colonial rule nestle alongside Chinese pagoda roofs, echoing Shanghai's storied lineage of mixing the old with the new. Like trying to style thrifted vintage with the latest fashion trend and nearly nailing it. Your journey leads you past extravagant emporiums, their windows dressed with goods from every corner of the globe, from silk and porcelain to items that smell unmistakably like mothballs and mystery. The smell of spices whirls past your nose, making your stomach gurgle louder than you'd like to admit. Relatable, as you've definitely ordered takeout despite a fridge full of groceries. Amidst the sea of faces, you glimpse the distinct swagger of a foreign diplomat, complete with top hat and cane, nodding to a Chinese merchant with the confidence of someone who has definitely made awkward small talk at too many parties. Their transaction is quick, punctuated by a handshake that underscores another contract inked in the opium trade, a trade that dipped the pen of history in blood and intrigue as much as in ink. But not all tales end triumphantly, like a plot twist in a TV show that leaves you clutching your pillow as you yell "no way" at the screen, oblivious to how loudly you're doing it. Here's a quirky nugget for your weary mind. Many foreign nationals settled here in the international settlement, a zone with extraterritorial privileges that left people accountable only to the laws of their own homeland. Essentially, they'd somehow managed to take their home country's laws and plunk them down like mismatched furniture in a new apartment. Cultural dissonance, anyone? It was like someone took the concept of wonderfully chaotic and borrowed it from Shanghai's vibe to create this makeshift utopia of ambiguity. Even 37 tries later, historians still argue about the exact impact of these settlements on the city's social fabric. Did they create a cultural bridge, or merely a tug of war that left both sides worse for wear? The jury's out, perpetually debating like cats batting at a laser pointer dot, sometimes overthinking the unthinkable. As noon approaches, the din of the district quiets just a little, a brief lull in the symphony of sights and sounds. You might catch a glimpse of a rickshaw clattering down the cobbled streets, the passenger lost in reverie, or maybe compiling life goals, as if being whisked around was the quietest place they could find. It's a moment reminiscent of updating your resume while lying face down on the floor, as if prone contemplation makes decisions more palatable. Your wandering eventually leads you along the banks of the Huangpu River, its waters a reflective pause in an otherwise bustling metropolis. The water ripples like a pulse, mirroring the manic yet mesmerizing beat of the city. In the distance, the towering profile of Customs House stands, its clock face judging your time management choices, a silent reminder of deadlines both ancient and immediate. Procrastination, meet your arch nemesis. For you, a mere visitor in this kaleidoscope pastiche, each turn feels like flipping through well-thumbed pages of history, crisscrossed with opium's indelible impact. Here, even in the daylight, the city's whispered secrets wait readily at the edge of thought, like your cursor hovering above the send button on an email you probably won't read back beforehand. As the day ebbs away into its sleepy counterpart, you find yourself wondering how such histories intermingle with our present, asking rarely answered questions as afternoon travelers blink into evening pedestrian rivers. Such is the weight of our tales past, thick as the Shanghai fog, resting gently over shoulders that carry it still. But that's a story for another chapter. And as we spin this narrative yarn together, remember to keep your own dreams tangled with history's mysteries, unraveling bit by bit. As the afternoon sun starts to lean westward, painting everything in shades of honey and sepia, you take a detour through a quieter, tree-lined part of the colonial city. Here, the rustle of leaves and gentle birdsong create a hushed backdrop, a soft percussion that somehow tempers the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Not unlike finding calm in a cat's purr while everyone else is bustling around. You soon find yourself in front of an opium den's red door, nestled discreetly amidst the sleepy ambiance, its presence as obvious yet understated as a notification lingering on your phone screen. You linger outside for a moment, contemplating the lives connected to this place, woven together by a common thread of longing. Stepping inside, you're greeted by the familiar scene of individuals ensconced in a laid-back haze, their expressions vacant, yet mysteriously content. The den's interior is intimate, with low, plush armchairs crouched around small wooden tables, their surfaces littered with the usual opium paraphernalia. Delicately painted lampshades hang down like tired sunflowers, casting everything in a dim and soothing light. You half expect someone to offer you a cup of lukewarm tea in a chipped mug, half wishing for it yourself. The soft drone of muffled conversations floats around you as patrons drift between consciousness and the dreamlike state offered by the opium. In this half-lit world, time seems to warp, stretching and folding like fabric catching the wind. One could easily imagine settling here for days, but not only would you never know how long you've stayed, people might actually start worrying. It's a curious place, reminiscent of binge-watching a cleaning show while piled under a comfortable mess, the contrast both hysterical and haunting. Observing the clientele, you notice an interesting spectrum of figures. Wealthy merchants rubbing shoulders with laborers, foreign sailors, and surprisingly, even women whose delicate silk attire contrasts sharply with the hard chairs they occupy. It's a curious tableau vivant, blurring many lines in ways our modern social media kaleidoscope would almost call a trend. Yet beneath this tableau is a somber undertone. Each patron subconsciously caught between seeking an Eden of floaty dreams and the impending crash back to reality. The den keeper, an older gentleman with a white beard reminiscent of a history professor who'd prefer chatting about myths over grading papers, tends to the pipes with meticulous care. He occasionally casts knowing glances over the room, his eyes a well of stories themselves. He might wink unexpectedly, like he knows a joke about life that you haven't quite gotten yet. And here's the quirky tidbit. Opium smoking required more than just the right pipe. It was an art in itself, a ritual that involved a specific coordination to heat, roll, and inhale efficiently. In short, a rhythmic sequence, much like making a complex TikTok dance, looks seamless. There's an odd beauty in its performance, something ritualistic that adds another layer to the mystique of the habit. You overhear a snippet of history from a table where a few foreign traders, probably expats like those comedians who make a career out of recounting cultural mishaps, are debating loudly whether opium was truly the must-have diplomatic gift of the era. The conversation fades, leaving you with the reminder that historians still argue whether some treaties were signed more with an ink bottle or an opium pipe. After all, distinguishing business negotiations from leisurely indulgence was rarely straightforward. As jumbled as the history textbook we half remember pretending to read in high school. After what feels like both moments and an eternity, you step back into the waning day, blinking in the late afternoon light that washes over downtown Shanghai. The streets are once again animated with the clatter of pedestrian traffic, a symphony underlined by the foreign and the familiar. Carriages jostle alongside horse-drawn carts, vendors' calls mingling with the sound of chiming rickshaw bells. The air holds onto a slight tang of opium smoke, a lingering signature in the fibers of the city's bustling fabric. You move along, your thoughts a swirling contemplation on how such a place could exist, at once an enclave for dreamers and a snare for the wandering. The dichotomy might remind you of those times you've drifted deep into an endless scroll, simultaneously reveling in distraction while caught in its deceptively sticky depths. Yet here in Shanghai, this duality isn't just leisure. It's woven into the very identity of these streets, the rhythm pressing history into every breath, often leaving one wondering just where the night might carry you next. As twilight begins its slow descent, Shanghai transforms into something akin to an old sepia photograph that suddenly bursts into vibrant color. The magic hour lends a sense of anticipation. The city's embrace of dusk feels almost palpable. Lanterns flicker to life one by one, warm and inviting, casting pools of light that dance across cobblestones, slick with the residue of the day. It's that dreamy part of an evening when the possibilities seem endless, much like when you think a quick evening TikTok scroll won't somehow turn into an hour-long adventure down obscure rabbit holes. Amidst this shimmering transition, the nightlife of Shanghai awakens, a heady mix of opulence and mystery, each step further into its core, revealing a new layer of intrigue. People from all walks of life gravitate towards the promise of escapism. The streets hum with the consonant notes of street musicians, threading melodies through the tempo of conversations, their tunes skipping playfully between east and west, like a dilettante trying on different accents. You find your feet lead you toward a cabaret club, one of the chic, clandestine locales of the city where the brighter side of life seems to unfold endlessly. As you approach, the glow of electric light spills out in a cacophony of colors, the teardrop chandeliers inside swinging gently in rhythm with a jazz quintet's smooth licks. The music sways in the air like a cheeky smile, making it near impossible to resist toe-tapping along, even if you claim you've got two left feet. The interior is an exquisite tableau of extravagance. Women in glimmering cheongsams, their sequins capturing the light like 100 tiny mirrors, stand around in small groups, sipping cocktails crafted from ingredients shipped from all over the globe. The men are nattily dressed, their tailored suits evoking the sleekness of contemporary urbanites who thrive on city pace and prestige. It's a scene, honestly, that would feel just as at home on a trendy Instagram aesthetic page as it does in this corner of the past. A charismatic singer takes the stage, voice honeyed and full of soul, transporting the mixed crowd into a shared voyage of rhythm and reminiscence. Magic dances in the room as clapped hands and tapped tables converge into one heartbeat of delight. The club thrums with life, a modern orchestra of camaraderie, a place that, in its careless glamour, temporarily erases the foreboding shadow of opium lurking at the edges. As you stand immersed in the celebratory throng, you recall the tales, storied legends, and whispered rumors of this very nightlife, part history, part myth. Its echo still heard in the heartbeat of modern Shanghai. But such decadence wasn't merely fun. It created an oddly soothing lull before political storms, tensions lurking just under the surface as nations vied for influence. And that's where the debate truly rages. Did it help bridge cultural divides, or was it merely a prelude to more fraught times ahead? Here's where we meander for a quirky side note. Some cabarets were so exclusive they'd have secret passwords, an early predecessor to your daily attempt at remembering if your Netflix password has an exclamation point. Those establishments where getting through the door was an accomplishment to brag about, not unlike finally watching that series everyone's been raving about. At the bar, an odd assortment of people share tales over drinks, mixed by bartenders skilled in concocting everything from elaborate cocktails to simple conversations. A young British expatriate animatedly discusses international relations with a local businessman, their gestures sweeping the air, leaving trails of fervor and theater. It's a scene pulled straight out of an expat blog post, reflective of tales spun over late-night convenience store runs. As you sip your drink, the night deepens, and the streets outside the cabaret become a quieter, introspective realm, a world rolling slowly toward slumber. The hum of distant voices fades to a gentle whisper, and the city, resplendent in its twilight livery, seems to exhale. Inside, the party persists, but as you watch, the passage of time shifts and swirls around you, each second a gentle reminder that the night, much like a captivating story, is slowly winding toward an inevitable end. These moments, nestled in Shanghai's vibrant tapestry, hold an everlasting allure. The thrill of anticipation, the echo of dreams, and yet the subtle embrace of melancholy. Much of that history remains obscured by the fog of time, just out of reach, much like our eternal quest to understand who we might be, if not for that ever-nagging snooze button waiting to be pressed in the morning. As the cabaret dims into a softer cadence, you find your senses gently nudged by the prospect of continuing your nocturnal exploration. The allure of Shanghai's nightlife whispers promises of endless adventure, beckoning you to slip back into the city's embrace. Outside, the streets are dressed in shadows tempered by lantern glow, the atmosphere both mysterious and familiar, like an old friend who knows your secrets but doesn't judge. You wander into an alleyway that opens onto a slightly hidden square, a clandestine part of the city where only those in the know or with a curious mind dare to tread. The air is alive with a quiet expectance, the silence punctuated by crickets singing their age-old lullabies. You might smile to yourself, recalling late-night thoughts you've entertained while pacing your room, pulled by the same invisible strings of wonder and yearning. In this secluded nook, you stumble upon another opium den, this one less ostentatious than the previous. Its humble facade bears marks of time's passage, an antiquated offering in a world perpetually racing forward. Inside, the ambiance is subdued. A gentle companionship envelops the patrons, where shared suffering and solace form an unspoken bond. It's reminiscent of group chats in the dead of night, where hearts are laid bare, and silence is a language of its own. Around you, stories swirl in the tender haze, whispered tales of triumph and trouble in equal measure. Among these stories is one of a scholar from the bygone era, known by reputation and faint mention in dusty books, who fought to balance his spiraling addiction with societal expectations. His struggle, like countless others, was immortalized through diary entries and anecdotes, casting him as a figure of curiosity and cautionary tale alike. Historians still argue whether his eventual downfall was wholly of his own making or a tragic result of the intricate times he was entangled in. It's a debate that persists, much like the ongoing tug-of-war between deleting social apps for focus and promptly reinstalling them within the hour. The finer details might change, but the underlying tension remains poignantly unchanged. On a lighter note, here's a peculiar tidbit. The Chinese characters for opium in old advertisements were sometimes stylized as an amalgamation of elegant script and artistic embellishment, a form of marketing that wouldn't be out of place in today's aesthetically driven #generation. Opium back then, in its ubiquitous yet forbidden allure, somehow captured a vibe not dissimilar to the thrill of sneaking a midnight snack, despite knowing you should stick with that health kick you promised yourself. You let these thoughts unravel in your mind as you lean against a worn wooden counter, soaking in the room's peculiar warmth. It's fascinating how spaces confined by walls can somehow feel more expansive the more stories they hold. The quiet conversations around you rise and fall like slow ocean waves, washing over you with a tranquility that numbs the sharper edges of the day. The hours unfurl gently, slipping by in a serene procession of quiet revelations. You find a soft contentment watching as patrons fade in and out of dreams, their faces softening like a page of bedtime reading, sprawled open long after the reader has drifted. As a star-speckled sky begins its gentle reign over Shanghai, You gather yourself for the slow walk back into the night. Leaving the den behind, the street ahead unfurls like a silver ribbon under the moon's watchful eye. The city is soft now, less insistent, allowing the night to recollect itself with patient grace. You wander as if guided by familiar lights, the backdrops of your evening walk shifting in true cinematic fashion, casting you as the dreamy wanderer in a place that resists easy definitions. Shanghai, with its chapters of crusty customs alongside fresh flourishes of life, urges you to ponder the journey so far, with all of its intricate contrasts, much like wondering why, despite everything, we still send LOL without meaning to laugh. As you drift further from the epicenters of neon and noise, the city falls away to whispers, and your path becomes a ribbon of solitude cradled in night. It is a moment that asks little of you except presence, like those rare breaths between all the alarms we consistently set and blissfully ignore. The sky is a deep indigo as you continue your meandering stroll through the quiet streets, the city's ubiquitous hum now a gentle lullaby. You feel a sense of calm wrapping around you, much like burrowing under a cozy blanket on a chilly evening. The cool air carries with it whispers of stories yet untold, of lives lived in the corners of twilight, an assurance that the tired old world still cradles surprises in its pockets. As you walk, you sense the presence of the Huangpu River nearby, its steady flow a companion to your footsteps. The river's soft murmur is a timeless backdrop to the city's narrative, soothing and constant, a reminder of both continuity and change. You pause by the water's edge, leaning against the stone balustrade, letting the faint breeze tousle your hair like a comforting reassurance from a parent too tired to deal with your school night bedtime protests. In the reflective water below, the remnants of the day's activity shimmer lightly, a kaleidoscopic echo of the sun's final bow. The river stretches either way, a liquid timeline connecting you to the city's past and uncertainties of future. Here, the eternal and ephemeral collide, drawing you into contemplation. Nearby, a fisherman mends his nets, his lantern a lone firefly battling back the encroaching darkness. He hums a tune, a melody as old as the stars above, fostering the illusion that time bends here, graciously blurring the line between yesterday and tomorrow. It's a fragile beauty, reminiscent of moments spent watching cooking shows while eating instant noodles, an intersection of desire and reality, perfectly imperfect. Just beyond him, cargo ships lie heavy on the water, standing sentinel against the city's relentless push forward. Their presence is an open chapter in Shanghai's history, one of commerce and expansion, dreams sought and sometimes lost. These ships were once vital players in the opium trade, their hoisted sails now replaced by the quiet whir of modern engines. It leads you to ponder. Did this trade drive progress, or did it shackle the city to a cycle of dependence? Many minds ponder with no neat answers, like trying to discern the bottom of a deep cup left abandoned on a cluttered desk. And speaking of tangled histories, here's an odd little aside to chuckle over. Along the banks, occasional finds of ancient pottery surface, bits of storytelling that amateurs sometimes mistake for definitive historical artifacts, acquiring unlikely street cred at antique misidentification parties. An idea that feels oddly akin to Googling, "How did we get here?" at early dawn, desperately seeking truth that's often surprisingly humorous. As the river flows silently on, the city beyond slowly settles into its night mode, a creeping quiet that signals the time for rest, for dreams. Your footsteps echo softly along the promenade as you begin to head away, casting once more into the tangle of sleeping streets, feeling the contours of the city as a gentle hum in your bones. The cobblestones beneath your feet carry the softness of countless other footsteps, like murmured stories told and retold. You weave past the closed shops, behind which merchants ready for another day, and by quiet homes whose lit windows promise warmth, the pale gleam like nightlights softly reassuring a child. Eventually, you find yourself at your door, the comforting creak as you push it open, greeting you like a familiar lullaby. Stepping inside, you feel the weight of the day's journey slowly unwind from your shoulders. Settling into your cozy corner, the noise outside dims even further as you prepare to let sleep take its gentle hold. And as darkness wraps itself around the quaint corners of Shanghai, the echoes of its past, present, and future do so too, cradled tenderly in the lull of dreams. For tonight, the opium dens, the midnight cabarets, the ceaseless river, all fold seamlessly into tales that drift through sleep, a time when the city and its whispering twilight can rest without the urgency of daylight's clamorous calling. As your eyes drift closed, you're left with the soft certainty that in the intertwined tapestries of history and dream, Shanghai spins a story that continues to sing on, long after the last candle flickers out. As you slip into your own cozy cocoon, the room is filled with the gentle hum of night, a soft symphony composed of the familiar whir of a fan, the distant tap of rain coaxing sleep to embrace you deeper. Here, the world outside fades into whispers, a lull in time that invites you to dance along the edges of dreamscapes woven from your evening's journey through the past. In these moments, wrapped in the stillness that envelops you like the warmest, most perfect hug, you realize that your own tales intermingle with those of old Shanghai, etched with every footstep you've left in its remembered streets. And much like those endless discussions about opium's allure and chaos, your own musings drift through the spaces between wakefulness and sleep, wondering how threads woven through history somehow seem both ancient and timeless. Warm under your blanket, you feel a flicker of gratefulness for this brief connection to a time so vastly different from your own, yet so inherently familiar, as if history whispered its secrets, hoping you'd carry them gently into the quiet dawn. Stepping backward through the wigwam pages of time, you're lulled by the notion of how universally human it is to seek comfort through shared stories. Whether on cold cobblestones or in fuzzy slippers, whether through the smoke of opium dens or the glow of a phone screen held like secret dawn above your head, all these worlds converge in their shared humanity, their streaming continuity. It's in the nuance, in the handwritten letters of those who came before, in the shifting melody of evening jazz, in the smoke-stained shadows where opium softened the sharp geometry of the world, where love and loss, vision and vulnerability find common ground. Like memories tiptoeing through childhood dreams, your adventurous escapade under Shanghai's imaginary moonlight explores these timeless tales over and over, each time resonating differently within. As the evening fades into deeper night and the fabric of your dream settles more firmly around you, your mind wanders toward another playful thought. Maybe another thing that binds us across time is our penchant for letting loose ends rest comfortably untied, straggling like gentle tendrils of bittersweet memories. With sleep finally unfurling its quiet magic, you let out a quiet sigh, allowing the night to drape serene whispers across the city of yours until morning stirs. Relax as history's echoes unfurl into dreams, letting the gentle hum of night cradle you into peaceful rest. As the tale of old Shanghai glides forever onward, mingling with your own, and as stars twinkle faintly above and the skies cradle their own song, you drift along on the gentle current of this endless story, comforted by its soft, eternal refrain, until morning breaks the spell and the hum speaks its gentle return, beckoning gently to awaken. Sleep well, dear wanderer. May your dreams be gentle, your heart untroubled, your journey through the night as soothing as a whispered lullaby. With eyes softly closed and the world outside muted to a restful hum, your thoughts linger on the stories woven through this evening's journey. It's as though the city of Shanghai, with its vibrant blend of cultures, adventures, and the ever-present haze of opium, wraps its tales around you like an old quilt, each patch an intricate chapter of history and fantasy merged into one. You feel the presence of those who walked these paths before, their ephemeral dreams mingling with your own, whispering quiet lullabies of times gone by. The weight of their stories presses gently upon you, comforting in its constancy, like the steady rhythm of the rain tapping against your window. Slowly, comfortably, the details from earlier soften and blur. The intricate dance of Shanghai's bustling streets and clandestine dens fade into the background. What remains is a soothing, timeless feeling, the sense that despite the chaos, there's still beauty to be found in the human experience, in the connections made, in the laughter shared, and even in the quieter moments of solitary reflection. In the half-light of imagined lanterns glowing softly in your mind, you find sanctuary. You're reminded of the quiet resilience of generations who, like all of us, found ways to navigate the complexities of their world with courage and curiosity. Whether through the smoky haze of an opium dream or the soothing notes of a midnight jazz tune, they sought meaning, just as you do, breathing life into the pages of history. And perhaps that's the real thread that ties it all together, the unyielding human spirit that seeks solace and joy, that withstands the ebb and tide of time's relentless flow. It's a truth hidden in the gentle embrace of night, echoing quietly through the corridors of every yesterday and tomorrow. Your breathing slows to sync with this timeless dreamscape, each inhale drawing in fragments of forgotten tales, each exhale releasing them gently back to the shadows. In this liminal space between sleep and waking, you are both in the heart of old Shanghai and tucked safely in your own world, a bridge between timelines, cradled in the whisper of history. The night deepens, and you sail further into your dreams, adrift on the sleepy tide. The stars above wink kindly, like old friends watching over you, their light a reminder that even in darkness, there is always a guiding glow to carry you through. As the last traces of consciousness fade, a whisper, a tender reminder slips through that the stories we find and the ones we tell bring us closer together, weaving us into the great tapestry of humanity. They're a gentle touch, a calming voice, a warmth that lingers as you slip into the peaceful embrace of sleep, ready to journey into the dreams that await. So rest well, dear dreamer. May your dreams be soft and full of wonder as your mind releases its hold on the waking world and lets you drift, cushioned in the soothing calm of night, into a peaceful, restorative slumber. As you drift deeper into the embrace of sleep, the world outside becomes a distant murmur, fading into the background as the gentle sway of night guides your thoughts to a tranquil place. In this serene cocoon, the echoes of Shanghai's bustling streets and intriguing opium dens soften, melding into the soothing backdrop of your dreams. Each inhalation fills your lungs with peace, while every exhalation releases the remnants of the day's adventures, leaving only the warmth of contentment behind. Your imagination unfurls, crafting dreamscapes painted with the hues of history and the gentle brushstrokes of fantasy. You find yourself wandering through lush, imagined landscapes where the lines between reality and dreams blur effortlessly. A world where time dances to its own rhythm, unhurried and forgiving. It's a place where your mind is free to wander, curious and unburdened, much like a casual stroll down cobblestone paths lit by the glow of moonlit lanterns swaying gently in the breeze. In this slumbering haven, each moment stretches infinitely, offering quiet reflections that resonate with your heart. Figures from the past glide through this ethereal canvas, sharing their stories in hushed murmurs that ripple through the fabric of your dream. They are familiar, yet enigmatic, their presence a comforting companion as you explore the corridors of your imagination. Amidst these nocturnal wanderings, the soft cadence of Shanghai's legacy lingers, woven into the tapestry of your thoughts like an endless lullaby. Its vibrant fusion of cultures and eras creates a paradox of lively calm, a serene chaos that speaks to the universal human experience, our shared desire to connect and find meaning amidst the complexities of life. You float on this gentle current, feeling the warmth of a cozy blanket wrapped snugly around your shoulders, like the embrace of cherished memories. The whispers of history drift overhead, inviting you to rest in their soothing embrace, encouraging you to let go and allow sleep to cradle you deeper still. As these thoughts wane into the background, your body relaxes further. Each muscle eases into comfortable repose, and your mind willingly surrenders to the embrace of tranquility, a sleep that promises renewal and reflection. The gentle rhythm of your breath is your only anchor, tethering you softly to this serene nightscape. In these final moments before sleep claims you entirely, the notion that stories transcend time lingers softly at the edge of consciousness, a gentle reminder that we are all threads in a vast, interconnected tapestry. Dreams begin to weave their magic, enfolding you in their tender embrace, a sanctuary from the noise of the waking world. Finally, the night gathers you fully into its quiet folds, and you drift into a deep, restorative sleep, where the gentle hum of history's lullaby becomes your guide through this serene journey. Rest well, dear traveler of dreams, and let the calm of night hold you safely until the first light softly stirs you awake. As the night deepens and settles around you like a soft blanket, your breath falls into a slow, rhythmic cadence, syncing perfectly with the whispers of dreams that cradle your resting mind. The gentle hum of the world outside fades further, melting into the tranquility that envelops you. In this serene sanctuary of sleep, the echoes of Shanghai's bustling streets are but a distant memory, their vibrant history blending seamlessly with the fabric of your cozy cocoon. You're adrift now in the boundless expanse of dreams, where time flows freely, uninhibited by the structures of the waking world. Here, imagination takes the lead, weaving together fragments of past adventures into a tapestry of wonder that glimmers with possibility, a luminous landscape where the spirit roams and the heart finds solace. In this deep dreamscape, you move with the ease of a gentle breeze, wandering through scenes painted with the soft glow of starlight. These visions transcend the boundaries of history and fantasy, inviting you to explore realms both familiar and new. It's a place where your thoughts float like wisps of clouds, light and free, untethered from the weight of waking worries. Each step in this dream journey is a whisper of the past, the quiet murmur of stories etched in time. And as you wander, the figures of old rise to meet you, their presence a comforting echo that reaffirms the connection between all who share the tapestry of history. They are companions in this celestial canvas, guiding you with silent wisdom forged through the ages. In this space, the memories of Shanghai's vibrant life merge with the tender moments of introspection, creating a harmonious blend of sound and silence. Here, fear and peace coexist like old friends, offering you the grace to reflect upon the complexity of human experience with gentle understanding. It's a symphony of night, inviting you to listen, to learn, and to let go. Resting deep within this embracing calm, your body releases its hold on the day's remnants, letting each muscle relax into the gentle flow of slumber. The night holds you in its tender sway, a soothing lullaby that guides you further into the depths of refreshing sleep. A sleep that heals, renews, and restores. Amidst these dreams, time bends and stretches, offering glimpses of a world where possibility blooms with every thought. Here, laughter echoes like a favorite tune, and the beauty of life unfurls in quiet moments of clarity and grace. It's a realm without boundaries, where each soul swims unhindered and free, anchored only by the gentle rhythm of dreams. As the journey unfolds, your mind dances lightly over the mystery of it all, contemplating the endless paths woven together by the shared human heart. Each dream lingers like the softest twilight, a reminder that no story is ever truly lost, but continues on in the quiet depths of our shared consciousness. The night's calm envelops you completely now, a shelter from life's complexities, wrapping you with a warmth that assures you of the paths you've traveled and those yet to come. As your breathing drifts into the slow, steady rhythm of deep sleep, the echoes of your night's wandering merge into gentle silence. In this final, tranquil embrace of sleep, you are simply present, held safely in the tender cradle of dreams, where all of history whispers its secrets and the allure of exploration rests quietly in your soul. Sleep well and peacefully, dear dreamer, letting the gentle hum of night carry you softly until morning's light stirs you once more into wakefulness. As the gentle embrace of dream-laden sleep holds you steadfast, the quiet hum of the universe seems to sway around you, each note a testament to the tranquil symphony of night. Here, in the tender confines of your own personal starlit dome, time loses its edge, and the world beyond your dreams fades into a murmur, a soft, distant echo that reminds you of the beauty and complexity to which it is always tethered. In these peaceful hours, the tales of old entwine effortlessly with imagined futures, crafting a continuous thread that wraps around your soul with the softness of a cherished memory. History's stories are no longer confined to their musty tomes, but rather they dance freely in the moonlit caverns of your mind, inviting you to partake in their magic. Amidst this serene landscape, the figures from Shanghai's storied past linger as shadows on the periphery of your vision, guides on this ethereal journey. Their faces are touched with the glow of eternity, familiar in their ancient wisdom, yet softened by the passage of countless nights like this one. Their whispers blend with the night breeze, a warm reassurance that even across centuries, we are united in our shared human experience. Your breath continues its steady rhythm, an anchor in this voyage through dreams. With each inhale, you draw in the soft melody of the night, and with each exhale, you release the last wisps of any waking tension, letting them dissolve into the starlit tapestry that envelops you. This peaceful space gives you permission to wander, to reflect, and to simply be. You find yourself traversing landscapes both vast and intimate, fields awash with twilight glow, and cozy nooks cradled in warm shadows. The contrast feels like listening to a playlist that perfectly captures every nuance of your mood, each track carefully selected by the stars themselves. As you drift deeper, a gentle understanding seeps into your bones. You are part of an endless continuum, a single yet vital note in the grand symphony of all that has ever been and all that will ever be. This thought calms you, settling as softly within you as a well-loved story, cherished and retold across the sands of time. In this state of serene rest, your mind floats on, unburdened by the constraints of the day. It finds solace in the knowledge that life, like the night, ebbs and flows in ways only the heart truly comprehends. And as you abide in this peaceful stream of nighttime reverie, you sense the first inklings of dawn beginning to stretch gently at the edges of the sky. The approaching light, though still faint, promises renewal and awakening, hinting at the infinite possibilities each new day holds. Yet for now, you remain cocooned in this sacred stillness, savoring the last moments of night's tender embrace. As sleep's hold on you lightens, and the gentle pull of morning begins to beckon, you carry with you the serene wisdom gathered through this night's sojourn. When at last you stir and open your eyes to the waking world, you do so with the knowledge that you've communed with history, with dreams, and with the quiet strength of night's enduring grace. Rest well in these final moments of darkness, dear traveler of dreams. And when daybreak softly calls you back, let its light carry you forward, renewed and inspired by the timeless stories that accompanied you through the night. As the curtains of night slowly recede, the gentle stirrings of dawn begin to paint the world with delicate hues of morning light. The transition from night to day is a quiet symphony that beckons you softly from the depths of dreams towards the embrace of a new day. The first tendrils of sunlight stretch tentatively across the sky, casting a pastel glow that gently kisses the horizon, and in response, your senses start to awaken, unfurling like petals in the warmth of daybreak. The echoes of your nighttime wanderings linger as a comforting melody in your mind, a whispered reminder of the places you've visited and the stories you've touched. Much like the fragrant scent of freshly brewed coffee wafting through the air, the recollection of dreams lingers, rekindling the warmth that cradled you through the night. It's a subtle reminder that though the night has passed, its quiet magic remains etched in your spirit. With each deep inhale, you draw in the crisp, invigorating freshness of the morning air. This breath rejuvenates you, filling your lungs with a sense of possibility that the dawn delivers with such gentle precision. The world seems to pause in anticipation as the first rays of sun spill over the landscape, illuminating the soft outlines of trees, rooftops, and the gentle bustle beginning to awaken the city streets. Slowly, gradually, you begin to stir, stretching the sleep from your limbs as you emerge from the cocoon of your dreams. The whispers of Shanghai's storied past fade into the background, yet their echoes remain a comforting presence in the corners of your consciousness, a reminder of your dreamy nocturnal adventure and the vibrant tapestry of human experience it enveloped. As your feet find the familiar floor and you rise to greet the day, the soothing notes of your slumbering journey accompany you, offering a gentle stability as you prepare to step once more into the world that awaits beyond your door. There's a renewed sense of connection with the world, its history, and its possibilities. A realization that the stories you explore at night enrich the tapestry of your waking life, encouraging curiosity, reflection, and appreciation for the moments that make up the larger arc of life's narrative. The morning light softens the edges of the world, just as your nocturnal reflections have softened the edges of night, allowing the beauty and wonder of both day and dream to linger delicately. With this balance, you step forward, fortified by the quiet joys and profound insights discovered in the whispered embrace of the nighttime hours. The sun now climbs gently into the sky, its warmth filling the spaces around you with a sense of hope and anticipation. As you move through your morning routine, perhaps fueled by a hot cup of tea or coffee, maybe lost in the kaleidoscope of morning light through softly fluttering curtains, you carry with you the essence of the night, the peace found in its stories, sustained by the daylight blooms of a new beginning. And so, as this day unfolds its wings before you, may you navigate it with the calm, assurance, and quiet wisdom gleaned from your journeys under moonlit skies. Let each moment be painted with the gentle understanding that history, dreams, and waking life are all parts of an endless story, woven together by the shared threads of time, curiosity, and the human heart. The morning carries with it a gentle promise, a sense of renewal and boundless opportunities waiting to unfurl. As you align yourself with the rhythm of the waking world, the echoes of your dreamy journey through Shanghai's opulent past find a place within you, guiding your steps in subtle, meaningful ways. Each moment is now accented with the quiet wisdom of the night, the delicate understanding that each day is both a canvas and a continuation, a chance to weave the lessons of history and dreams into the vibrant tapestry of today. As your day begins, the light streaming through the window feels like a warm invitation to embrace what lies ahead with an open heart and a mindful spirit. The world beyond your door bustles back to life, carrying all the complexities and possibilities that make up the mosaic of daily existence. You can sense the hum of activity as people reconnect with their routines, echoing the same dance between purpose and pause that characterized old Shanghai's streets. As you move through the morning, perhaps there's a moment to pause and sip your coffee or tea, the aroma curling upwards like a fragrant reminder of simple pleasures. In this moment of stillness, you might allow your thoughts to drift back once more, recalling the soft glow of opium dens, the lively dance of cabarets, and the whispered secrets held in the bend of the Huangpu River, a testament to the enduring allure of stories and their power to bind us across time and space. With the world spinning gently onwards, you carry the night's gentle insights into your interactions and encounters throughout the day. Each conversation, every task, every step becomes a part of the broader narrative, threads woven with intent and care. And here's where the morning humor may rise. Perhaps you chuckle at the untamed curiosity that led you to explore such an entangled tale, or find amusement in the simple fact that despite centuries of change, some things, like the perfect cup of tea or a gentle sunrise, remain timeless. Your inner world, enriched by the night's lessons, navigates these small joys knowingly, contentedly. The day unfolds, a majestic scroll of unlined possibilities, inviting you to participate fully with an open heart and an unburdened spirit. You are the co-author of this day, and with each choice, each interaction, you add your voice to the ever-expanding story of life. As you embrace the vibrant dance of daylight, may you do so with gratitude for the dreams that keep you wandering and the history that forever enriches your journey. Let your heart be light, your spirit open, and your steps be guided by the echoes of all the nights and days that brought you here, and all the nights and days that await. So, dear traveler of both dreams and history, step into your day with the gentle understanding that it is part of something greater, a cherished link in the endless chain of narrative and experience. And as the sun reaches its zenith, may your heart feel full, your mind be clear, and your path be one of peace, curiosity, and boundless possibility. As the sun climbs higher, casting its golden light across the landscape and inviting the world into full bloom, you find yourself immersed in the ongoing dance of life. The city around you pulses with energy, each street alive with its own rhythms and stories, a symphony that reflects the harmony and chaos woven into the fabric of existence. With the stories of Shanghai's history still echoing softly in your thoughts, you walk through the city, carrying with you the whispered legacies of the past. These echoes remind you of the timeless nature of human endeavor, the eternal quest for meaning, connection, and understanding that transcends time and place. It's a reminder, too, of the shared humanity that links each of us in ways both seen and unseen. As you move through your day, each encounter becomes infused with the gentle awareness of the night's journey. Whether it's a smile exchanged with a stranger, a moment of reflection over a mid-morning coffee, or the comforting routine of daily tasks, there's a renewed sense of purpose and perspective. The past intertwines with the present, each moment a delicate dance between the two, offering you the wisdom carried through the ages. The afternoon light softens, painting everything in a gentle haze that blurs the day's sharper edges, like the gentle curve of a saxophone note drifting out of a jazz bar. This soft focus invites you to pause and take stock, to align your path with the quieter insights gained from your nocturnal exploration. Here, amid the everyday hustle, you find peace in the simple rituals that ground you. Whether it's the act of nourishing your body with a good meal, engaging in the lively camaraderie of friends, or allowing yourself the luxury of simply being, free of the pressure to do or achieve. In these moments, the echoes of history and dreamscape come together, nourishing your soul with the quiet assurance that you are part of something greater, something timeless. As the day begins its gentle descent into evening, you're reminded once more of the cyclical nature of life, the ebb and flow that carries us from one moment to the next. Each day is both an ending and a beginning, a bridge between the past and the future, and an opportunity to weave these threads into the intricate tapestry of our lives. With dusk approaching, the city begins to shimmer in the twilight's embrace, and you reflect on the journeys of the day, the sights seen, the stories shared, the history held in the palm of night's gentle hand. These moments become a part of you, woven into the fabric of your being. As night falls and the world around you shifts from day's bustling activity into the softer glow of evening. You carry with you the quiet wisdom of the night past and the inspiration garnered from your waking hours. This gentle cyclical flow, like the rhythmic lapping of waves against the shore, assures you that all is well, and all shall continue to unfold in its own perfect time. And so, dear dreamer, as night wraps the world once more in its soothing embrace, let your heart be at peace. May your eyes glimpse the beauty in every sunbeam and shadow, and find solace in the symphony of life, knowing that each day begins anew with the promise of dreams both realized and waiting to unfold. Let this thought be your gentle guide as you transition once more into the comforting embrace of night, carrying with you the light gathered from the journey so far. As the day gracefully bows out, ushering in the tender embrace of evening, you find yourself breathing in the softening air, a sweet, calming transition from the liveliness of day to the reflective hush of night. The sky wears a deepening blanket of twilight, speckled with the timid twinkle of early stars, each one a tiny beacon of the countless possibilities that the evening holds. The city's energy begins to ebb, trading the sunlit hustle for the serene charm of night. Streetlights blink to life, casting golden pools of warmth on the pavement below. There's a comforting familiarity to this transition, akin to slipping on a favorite pair of fuzzy slippers after a long day. The city reimagining itself with every passing moment, yet remaining a heartbeat untouched by time. You pause to absorb this shift in pace, allowing the echoes of your day and the historical whispers of old Shanghai to blend into the tranquil symphony that the night offers. It's like catching the reflection of the moon on a clear pond, brief and beautiful. As you stand at this threshold between day and night, you feel a thread of continuity, a connection to the stories that have woven through your own life and those that have unfolded over the course of centuries. The gentle murmur of conversations drifts through the cooling air, while the delicate clinking of glassware and the soft notes of distant music create an inviting backdrop. This time feels sacred in its everyday ordinariness, a reminder that magic often nestles within the most familiar moments. You might find yourself following the sound of music or the scent of something delicious wafting from an open window, both leading you, perhaps, to an unexpected evening adventure. It's a time for reflection, for gathering your thoughts and experiences and holding them close, much like the comforting glow of fairy lights that adorn your favorite reading nook. You find inspiration in the stories people share and in the quiet wisdom that the night seems to impart, offering an invitation to dream and wonder. As you slowly wander back to your haven, with stars softly blinking overhead, there's an undeniable sense of the infinite, a gentle assurance that life, in its wondrous complexity, continues to unfold, beautifully unbidden and interconnected. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, thoughts of your nocturnal journey through Shanghai and the expansiveness of history, along with the day's simple wonders, cradle you in a soothing embrace. The bulb of a lamp casts a warm glow in your space, its light resembling the old-world charm of lanterns gently swaying in an imagined breeze. Nestled in your cozy sanctuary, the soothing cadence of night begins to draw you in once more. The world outside softly recedes, leaving behind a gentle hum that wraps you in a cocoon of peace, a soothing lullaby that promises another night of dreams and restful sleep. You find your place in this quiet symphony as your breathing deepens in sync with the ebb and flow of night. With each passing star twinkling in the firmament, your mind meanders to the edges of slumber, carrying with it the essence of all the day's musings and the boundless dreams that thread through history like whispers on the night air. As you drift towards sleep, the melody of contentment finds residence in your heart, a reminder of the beauty found in both the grand narratives and fleeting moments of our story-filled lives. Peacefully enveloped in the softness of night, you slip into the gentle embrace of sleep, soothed by the knowledge that the night is long, the dreams are rich, and a new day awaits to unfold its own dreams and possibilities. Rest well, dear traveler, for the journey continues, gently weaving its way through the sleepy corridors of night into the bright prospects of tomorrow.